Welcome to Tashlich. Tashlich is an ancient ritual. And that is what we're going to be doing today, is an ancient ritual, but using a brand new medium to get to the depths of the experience. Throughout this recording, there'll be music, there'll be readings, there'll be meditations, there'll be times to think about where you are in your life, and throughout the experience, we're going to invite you and instruct you on here to pause the recording, to think, and when you're ready, to then unpause the recording and to continue. If you're at home listening to this, we invite you to download the recording, to make sure you have it on one of your devices, preferably with a pair of earphones, and to head out to a body of water where you can listen and carry out that experience. We hope that this experience moves you, but ultimately, we hope this experience helps change you back to who you really are. Welcome to Tashlich.
That font of Jewish mysticism, the Zohar, teaches whatever is cast into the deep is lost forever. At this moment of the new year, having prayed and opened our hearts, welcoming in hope, but also acknowledging brokenness, we come to the water to take out of the depths of the self our sense of sin, our sense of less than, and cast it off into that deep, hoping the fish and the currents of the ocean will take it away, and we ourselves can turn and work towards transition, towards renewal, towards being our best selves. Welcome to Tashlich.
Tashlich. It's one of the more ancient traditions that we do on Rosh HaShanah during the New Year. It's a moment when we leave the sanctuaries and we head out to the water. We look out over the water and we reflect upon where we are. And not just where we are physically, but where we are in our lives. What's holding us back? What part of our lives are we not living like we wish we were? And a question a lot of us may wonder is, why do we come to the water? Where does this come from? There's a very early midrash, there's a rabbinic teaching that Abraham had a voice inside of him which was stopping him doing what he knew was right. And it kept telling him not to do it, not to do it. And he knew what was right, but he had that voice within him which didn't allow him to do what he needed to do. And finally, that voice got bigger and bigger until eventually it became a raging river which blocked Abraham's way. And instead of quitting, instead of turning around or saying, I'll do it next week, I'll do it next year, Abraham did not stop. Abraham walked straight into the water to his ankles, up to his knees, to his thighs, to his waist, through his chest. And the moment that the water reached his neck, most people would turn around and say, this is just too hard, but Abraham didn't. Abraham kept going, and at that moment, Abraham reached out for God and asked for God's help, realizing that he needed something bigger than just himself to get to where he knew he needed to go. And once he was willing to let go and recognize how big this was and how hard this was, and call out, it was right then that the water subsided. So wherever you are, if you're at the ocean right now, or at a creek, or at a lake, look at that water. Think about where you are in your life, what relationships and what part of your life you know you need to do, but you keep putting it off. And the more you put it off, the bigger it has gotten. But today's different. Today's a time when you are ready to walk forward, to step into something that's not comfortable, and to keep walking and walking until you're finally ready to call out and say, I need something bigger than me to get me where I need to go. This Tashlich is about reflecting on where you are in your life. Reflecting on realizing that you need something bigger than yourself. And realizing that it only will happen when you can verbalize the relationships you need to fix. It only happens when you can verbalize the mistakes that you've made. And so in this exercise, we were going to guide you through a Tashlich experience, where you reflect on your life, you listen to some meditative music from our cantors, and we perform the ritual of truly recognizing what we need help with, so that when we turn away from that water, we are ready to make the change, to really reach the part of our life that we know is right. And so in between these recordings, we will ask you to pause the recording, to take time to think in silence, and when you are ready to proceed with the ritual, to press play.
אחת שאלתי מאת אדוני אותה אבקש. אחת שאלתי מאת אדוני אותה אבקש. שבתי בבית אדוני כל חיי, לחזות בנועם אדוני ולגגר בחלום. לחזות בנועם אדוני ולבקר בחלום. אחת שאלתי מאת אדוני ואצה אבקש. בבית אדוני כל ימי חיי לחזות בנועם אדוני ולבקר בחנון לחזות בנועם אדוני ולבקר
A shir, a poem for Tashlich. Hayotzer, you who speak all into being, you have taught me to go and learn from the water, for she holds lessons that I need. You who imaged us at the beginning, you have told me go to the water, and as I toss my crumbs, casting off deeds which diminish me, you say bend low, watch the fish rise. They rise to feed and sometimes are caught, just as I become snared, trapped, and consumed in the nets of my life, nets I often weave for myself. Hayotzer, you who shape the earth and her wonders, you've told me go and learn from the water, for she contains within her remnants of primeval floods, waters of chaos, mirroring the layers I hold within myself, that rise and swell, forces of shadow that struggle to dim the forces of light. And you urge me this day of renewal, this Rosh HaShanah, to claim the light. Hayotzer, you who whisper secrets into the universe, you have told me go and learn from the water, for she fills you and you reflect her. Go to the water which lives, you say, which replenished by rain, which flow to the ocean, which shift in the wind. Go see her movement, for she teaches that staying in one place without replenishment bears stagnation, slow death. She teaches you too need to move, be added to, change, transform, to like her remain fluid. You who dreams the universe alive, Hayotzer, you who fashion marvels, you've told me, go and learn from the water. For just as the waves dance with the shore and are drawn by the moon's beckoning, so too I can dance with spirit drawn by you. So I come this day of renewal to water's edge and cast away that which weighs me down, releasing it to the water, which will carry it away, that I might leave the shore lighter, cleansed, kissed by water's lips, a step close to you, Hayotzer, who gave me breath, who gives me life and renewal on this Rosh HaShanah.
Oh, heart of mine, lost and find, my home is sometimes near and sometimes far. It's always changing. Oh, heart of mine, take the time to feel the sadness. Love is always near. It seems they go together. The walls are coming down and down and down, and life is going round and round and round, and love it will be found and found and found. It's all inside of you. I'm so glad to see you. Oh, moon of mine, the coming down and down and down. And life is going round and round and round. And love, it will be found and found and found. It's all inside of you. Oh, friend of mine, eyes that shine and help me feel that I am not alone. How can I ever thank you? Oh, friend of mine, space nor time will break the bond that holds my heart with yours. I'll always love you. The walls keep coming down and down and down. And life keeps going round and round and round. And love, it's always found and found and found. It's all inside of you. All inside of you. All inside of you. All inside of you.
So now, as you look out over the water, think back to where you were 1 year ago today. Think about everything that's happened to you in this past year. Think about your relationships. Think about where you've strayed, where you've treated people in ways that you wish you would not have. Feel the pain and feel the baggage that you carry inside as you look out over that water. And now imagine if you could take all of the pain inside of you, the things you wish that you could change, and as if you could reach into the recesses of your soul and grab that pain, grab that hurt, grab the regrets, and hurl them with all of your might out into that water. And now feel how light that is. What your soul feels like without that pain, without those regrets, without that hurt inside of you. That's what we're doing here. We're thinking about that list, the things that we need to change. But an important part of tshuva is naming and recognizing exactly what we did, exactly what we want to change, and then using the R word, regret. Take a deep breath in, and I invite you to walk forward to the water. And when you arrive there with your finger, I want you to write in the sand what you need to let go of, what you need to ask forgiveness for, what is holding you back from being who you really are. And as you write those words in the sand, watch the water wipe them away. When you're ready, after one more big deep breath, slowly approach the water and begin to write. And press pause on this recording.
שפתי תפתח אדוני שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך ופי תהילתך אדוני שפתי תפתח אדוני שפתי תפתח ופי
Now take your bread, or whatever you have with you, and begin casting away and counting the things that you need to work on. It doesn't count just by throwing the bread away and walking away from the water. We do this to mark and to count what we need to do. With each throw, with each toss, with each word you have placed in the sand, that is the work that you need to do in the next 10 days as we approach Yom Kippur. Now, as you look out over that water, I want you to look deep into the water. Because this journey, this process that we are doing, is not about becoming someone different. That's not what tshuva is. Tshuva literally means to return. In Judaism, we believe that you are born perfect. You're in your mother's womb in that water, in that amniotic fluid, perfect. And as we come out into the world, life happens. We have challenges, we have hurts, and we build up baggages and calluses and hurt. And we act in ways we wish we didn't because we know in the core of who we are supposed to be. And so this process, this work we're doing is to return to who we really are. So when you look out into that water, that's the water you began in. That's the living water that we began in the womb. And this is returning back to that inner goodliness, inner godliness. And when you feel ready to walk away from the source that we all began in, and step back into a life that becomes more in tune with that water, with that same source. When you're ready to go do the work that needs to be done over these next 10 days, then and only then, step away from the water and step into building the life that you deserve.
pray for well-being, oh Jerusalem. May all those who love you be at peace. For you are a light that shines upon the world. My heart turns to you to pray for peace. Shalom, shalom, Yerushalayim, Yishlayu, Ohavayim. Shalom, shalom, Yerushalayim, Yishlayu, תדבק לשוני לחיקי אם לא אעלה את ירושלים ראש שמחתי